Hello. Oh, hello. Welcome back to another episode of OmegaLands 3. Today, we are doing another build today. Surely, but yet slowly, we are doing small builds here and there, pushing it. And, yeah, we are working on a build. We do not have a lot of, and I mean, we do not have a lot of space to work with. So I'll do that right away in a second. So what we are building is pretty much another hangout area, but more of a hangout area than the houses, because the houses are just meant for, mining and doing all the stuff I need to do to start off the series. This, pretty much start the season. But yeah, we are getting pretty close to the end. Surprisingly, we are actually getting to the next era of OmegaLands 3 for us, because we have a lot more builds to make, and it involves us being very far away. In the meantime, me and Fiber did stream going to the end, and I do got Elytra, so we are doing good on Elytras. We do not need any, but we will try to have to go and find and get Fiber some, get one at least for him. He's gonna need to. I don't know if he knows how to enchant them and how to like make it function. I think he knows how to make it function at least. I mean, I have somewhat faith in him. But all right, all we gotta do is just move the terrain a bit. We gotta make it more able to stable a bigger place, because again, this is more of a hangout area than all the rest of the stuff. It's just for folks to just come in and just hang out before venturing off to the other builds in the world. And we are probably gonna start doing shops. Probably, I think we are gonna figure. Well, me and Fiber gotta figure out what currency should we use, and I believe a good currency we could use for anything would be diamonds or emeralds that we both just deposit off of the villagers pretty much. But I think diamonds would be more of a better move, because we can just get it at any point we want, but we would have to strive in the mines, which, yeah, that seems fair, because this time we are not really like super relying on something. Again, it's not like no mods or anything, so we're not relying on anything. We're just relying on knowledge. Nice. But yeah, we are going to sleep, and then we're going to tap into this speed build. um yeah, I've been having storage problems, so I did miss a current season of Last Life, unfortunately. And yeah, like, Cotton ended up going out this season, and everyone has to miss that because my stupid recording. But it's okay, guys. You guys will see. Hopefully, we'll be able to see the finale. All right. I'm actually gonna start off with the baseline area and then move to the other stuff. So yeah, that would make more sense, just to start us off with where to start and where to begin. But yeah, we are going to make this a lot more wider for the reasons of it being. I want it to be cramped. Like, I want it to be cramped, not just like for the reason that it prevents mobs from coming, but it also adds to more the theme of the place. Because we are trying. It's more of a suburb, so it's just more like compact, but it's a very nice. It's going to be just a very nice area just to chill at. So we are just going to hopefully, if I'm doing this right, and I just completely miss the mark. But we are just doing things, trying to do it in order. Now I had to fight a drown with a trident just to get this wood, so that was nice. Shoot. I need these. And I did use ender, like you do see the ender pearls that I use to like travel. I use it to travel, and then like constantly heal, but you know, it sucks, but it works. It works when you're lazy. Okay, this looks good. We are just trying to make things add up nicely. Because this is just more the nicer portion. And then there's going to be like another smallish area here. But it's also going to like slant. It's also going to slant a little bit down a bit. Come on. So yeah, I'm kind of iffy on how good I did this. Because yeah. So far it looks flumpy. If that's a word, it's a word. But you know what? We are just going to line it up. Come on. We're a lot quicker than this. There we go. We got this lined up. And then the inside is going to be put into caratata and wood. But I was planning to use red mangrove logs and try to mix it with red terracotta, you know, like add a little bit to it. And then I was going to add more of a brick section here, and that's where the fireplace might be. I don't know, it's going to be kind of wonky. It's a wonky area. No, why did I do that? Okay, we gotta be very precise in where we place these blocks, you know, these blocks are really hard to deal with. And it's supposed to just take on like a house interior, but it's just like a small like cafe. So we're just going. So there we go. So it's more like a cafe, more like a bar. And then we're gonna have like an upstairs that's gonna lead to a balcony. You know, it's going to be okay. Oh, I'm out of blocks. The sad part is that's the only blocks we got. Ah, okay. So yeah, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I should get myself into the time lapsing. Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys in time lapse. I'm sorry, I'm just tired. I just got this done, and it looks excellent for a hangout spot so far, as you can see it. I did add, like, weird modifications to it, despite the amount of, storage I lack of. I managed to make a small cooking area. Um, Originally was going to be this spot, but I wanted, like, a little area that you can go to. I don't know how you can get into one of these, though. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a little bit weird to get into one of these, but you can manage to pop a squat, and you'll be able to look from this angle, and you could even look out the window from behind, which is very, like, both very good, sight to see, because, it's pretty luminal here. I don't know what I could put for this, but I kind of just wanted it to be like, you know, like this kind of. But I will have to change the terraform and change it a bit. As you guys can see, the downstairs is the same. It's the same way. The food would go in here, obviously to hang out, and like I said, this is the, you know, just like a patio area, and then here is more like, you know, a fancy area if you want to be here. Just want like a normal hangout. Perfect spot right here, and it's an easy way out and an easy way to go. I actually really like how this turned out. As you guys can see, it's actually not that bad looking. It's not really that harsh on the eyes. As I am gonna spear myself. Ooh! Get myself as high as I can get. Yeah, so I do want to prep myself. I will be recording a little bit extra soon at some point. So I can take like a proper, you know, month off. Like I'll have pre-recordings, but obviously to entertain you guys while I'm gone. But I'll be in reality relaxing, in, you know, continuing my personal life that I need to try to. So I don't really have anything to worry about other than just relaxing and doing what I need to do. But yeah, it looks really nice. It really fits well with this. It's not like an entire, you know, it's not like the White House you would see in like, you know, Smack Reborn, or, you know, public the reverted Dominion. It's a little bit different, but it's easy on the eyes, and it adds that red. We add like, you know, the red to the palette to the rest of this. Because as you guys can see, we got a little orange, we got dark oak, a little dark brown, and some white and red. Pretty nice. Very easy on the eyes. It doesn't look like it's forced into this area. Like it doesn't belong here. Because, you know, it fits with the style, you know. It also has a 4 on it. It technically is my 4th build too, so there's a little irony in this, because this is my 4th build because I did the boulders off screen, because, you know, that wouldn't be really fun to just kind of watch me mess around with, you know, cobblestone and like stone and all that, you know. So I just decided to do it off camera because, you know, why not. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy. I like how this, you know, the little area right here, because it blocks out like unnecessary stuff to look at when you're going to my house. You know, because like eventually I will just like have it where you can just go on the world and go find the builds for yourself or use them for whatever you need. But yeah, it looks really nice. I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, the unfortunate thing that comes around this is that we are very close to the end of this era, where we're not here, and we'll have to move away from spawn. And yeah, and like you probably already seen where the, like, you know, the logo has already changed. Like, you know, the era is already coming. It's already, like, we're already there, surprisingly. The next episode, we'll probably be focusing on the bridge over there, because that bridge kind of links up the whole site of this whole place right here. Because honestly, you do need, you know, a way to get over here, and the bridge would definitely have to fit with everything else. Um, yeah, I don't do well with bridges. Especially trying to make it look like it belongs in, again, this little area, because, you know, like, there's like a style to this area that I am kind of bound to, because, you know, like, I'm actually trying to like follow you know, where I'm at, because you know we're in like a very like surround, like you know, like Africa type area. You know, like I really don't know how to describe this area, but yeah, I felt like nature, a little bit of how like you know fancy looking houses, and then like you know maybe like an old style greenhouse wouldn't look so bad over here because like look at it, it's like a little edge. You go over here, it's like a sidewalk. You know, like I will have to make this like a street like place right here where you could like ride your horses or like you know like the roads, but it would have to be like a dead end because like right here doesn't really lead to anywhere else. So this would be technically a dead end for a place, but it's more like it is definitely like a good spot for like a roadblock because you know you get like your mining shaft right here and you got like food, like you don't need to worry about food because you got it right there, and then you got like a hangout spot right here and then like your house. So like you know it's 4 in 1. It's 4 in 1, and all we just have to do is get the road working out and the bridge, and also maybe to work on the terraform here because you know we need to make this place look nice for the visitors of like the map and everything. So, and speaking of what the next build is pretty much the beginning of OmegaLands. So I think a lot of you guys can get the hint of what the next build is going to be. It's going to be nature based, you know, because I do very like nature. Nature is amazing, and without it, the world wouldn't be really pretty. So what we're going to be doing though is going to be taking what we have learned out the years about building. Because as you guys see, I've gotten a lot better than I was a couple years back when I made, you know, the greenhouse. Because it was literally just a, you know, a big giant house filled with like trees and like branches and other stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of proud of it. But in the same time, you know, we need to see where we are, where like, you know, our actual level at buildings at here. But, you know, I did come to the conclusion that I have gotten a lot better because, you know, this looks a lot easier to look at and so does this build. Even though that I did accidentally made a 4 at the house, but I'm gonna keep it because it, you know, it has some charm. it has it has a little bit of charm. But yeah, we are closing to the end. And, you know, that's a little bit kind of surprising. You know, I don't usually, like, you know, I'm not really thinking that I was going to, like, be finished with this within, like, 5 episodes. 5 to 6 episodes to be already almost done with this place. But I do like how it turns out. Okay. And my schizophrenia is not helping me thinking there's a cow in there. But yeah, I am getting used to everything, and if you haven't noticed, if anyone has noticed, I have gotten my hands on a spear. Take what you will from that. That could be bad news, that could be good news. I got a poking stick. Fiver's probably horrified of what I have in my hands. I yeah, I have mixed feelings with the spear. I like it because, you know, when I want to move around and be agile on the game, it helps. But when it comes to fighting off mobs, so let me get these mobs over here to show you how these work. I'm not a fan of how these work. I'm not a fan. You gotta run and like somehow like lunge at them. As you already see, I took 3.5 hearts from that, just fighting a zombie alone. Can you not? Can you guys not? Speaking. Man. They're like news reporters. They're like, can't get out of your hair. But yeah, we have so much adventures that happened. I already brought this up, but I want to bring it again because I'm pretty proud of dealing with, my own, like, elytra, trying to fight the elytra, but I did give myself, like, ender pearls so I didn't lose or get lost. But, I did manage to get lost anyways, guys, so yeah, even cheating got me to backfire, so. But, yeah. But, yeah, don't get me wrong, I do admit, I do cheat, but, even if I do cheat, it still backfires at some point. So don't worry. But you know, but even then, I still kind of like got lost because I wasn't really smart with the pearls. But yeah. But ever since, I did get the stuff, like I did put myself on survival to actually have to survive the ships and everything. I did that off screen, obviously. It's just so because I want to progress in the game yet, and I don't think I'm ready to do the exploring part. I'm kind of learning things like one by one. So, like, I'm doing building first. But, yeah. I mean, I could gloat about, like, how me in the end was a bad trip. But, in the meantime of all of it, I did this at Jeremy's house, or Fiber Power, you guys would know him as. Um, I did this at his house, and yeah, it turned out to be great, to be honest. It wasn't really, I kind of planned it, like, like I had something in my head. It was gonna be a little different. Like, I got this from another YouTuber, I forgot their name, but it was a live series. And, it was a live series, but like their idea for like like something like on the side of the house just brought this together. I don't know. Like I'll try to see who it was, but like it's not exactly like this, but like they inspired the idea, but still they did bring up the idea. It's just like I should have brought a note saying, something about that to give him some credit. But like, yeah, I didn't. This wasn't really my full-on idea. It was definitely inspired by somebody. But um, but yeah, I again, I could be gloating about my buildings and everything, but I think I'm done milking the ego here. But there's a lot to talk about, and there's a freaking zombie jockey. So glad I'm on a building. Yeah, like I said, I have mixed feelings about these. Like there's so much to talk about with the new update because I'm a bitch. I hate to break it, everybody. I'm a bitch with these updates, but like I'm kind of iffy on it, man. Like zombies with spears, I despise it. I despise it, but Minecraft is cooking. You gotta let it cook. But other than that, I think we have come to a conclusion for our episode, and I want to leave everything else to the next episode, which will probably be the bridge, or the street, or me explaining more shenanigans with spears and the new update that's been around. But yeah. Until then, I'm getting distracted. Again, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next time. I might, like I said, I might put a filler. I might slip a filler just so I can talk about this and also have some fun in the cave so I can get more diamonds and lapis because I'm out of all of that just to enchant this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next time. Bye.